Hi guys, we are in Catia V5 and how to make a plastic part 3. So we have seen in part 1 and part 2 we have designed this small enclosure with these reeds, and now we are going to learn that how to make some features on a plastic part. So we'll make a boss in this part, and we'll understand that how a boss should be designed in a plastic part. To design a boss, there are many ways to design a boss. So first, basically, we need to understand what is a boss and what is the use of a boss. Whenever this plastic enclosure is going to be assembled on its with its mating part or with its corresponding assembly, then there should be some external or internal feature by which it can be mounted. So it can be a plastic snap, it can be mounted by screws or any other medium. There are many ways to join a plastic part to another plastic part or a plastic part to another metal part. So in today's session we will learn uh, how to make a boss. So see, if this is a plastic part, and if we know how a plastic parts is going to be manufactured, then we should know how these features are going to be manufactured also. So this plastic part have no draft angles. If you see that, if I make it normal to our screen, you can see there's no draft angle here. Draft angle, what is draft angle? Many of you have this question, what is draft angle? When a plastic part is manufactured, draft angle is required on its every feature. So the draft angle is used to throw the part out of the tool. If the draft angle is not given to the part cannot be ejected from the tool. So a draft angle should be there. In plastic, the value of the draft angle is different. In aluminum, the value of draft angle is different. In other metals and materials, the value of the draft angle is different depending on how it's going to be ejected. So for designing a plastic part, you should know that how it's going to be manufactured. So I always give a force that before you go to design a part, you should know that how it's going to be manufactured. That should be in your blood. You should know that. Without knowing, you cannot design a part. All right, so we move further. I'm using very basic features to design this, and so as you see in part 1 and part 2, I am going to define this geometrical set in a working object. Alright, so whatever sketch I'll do, that will be in this geometrical set. You can insert more geometrical set for your convenience. I can use as many as I wanted. If this geometrical set is very long, you can insert more, or you can insert geometrical set as per feature, as per body, right? So I'm using this geometrical set only. So this geometrical set is activated now, and I'm going to sketch on this plane. Alright, so we are in a sketcher mode, and let's change the way it looks. So we are in the wireframe. Alright, so what I do is I make a circle here, another circle here. To give the dimension of this circle, the inner circle, we should know that what fastener we are going to use, what type of screw we are going to use. I'm taking it M3. M3 is metric 3. I'm using the metric unit. So for M3, self-tapping screw is 2.8 for self-tapping, and for outer diameter I can take 5 or 5.5. So as I can see that the distance between this and this is 1.35. We have the outer wall thickness 2, as I told you in part 1. So 1.35 is good enough. So it is as per the thumb rule. Okay. So now we'll fix its position. I'll select the center from the center, and so I need to fix it from the center or from these lines. It's up to you. So this should be 12 and this should be 35, or you can make it 10 and 33. Alright, so this is a fully constrained sketch, and now I'll come out from the sketcher mode. I'll go back to this, and we can see we have a sketch here. I again insert the body. Okay, so now this body is already in work object. I'll make a pad here. I'll select this sketch and I'll make it 35. Okay, so this boss is created with 35 of its length. Alright, so as you can see that this boss is having 1.35 of its wall thickness and is having 35 of its length, so it will be having no strength. So what we're gonna do, we'll make some more ribs on this. I'll again make it defining work object, and I'll make another sketch with this ribs. Okay, so what I do is project this, this, and this. Now make a line from here to here, from here to here. Alright, so make a trim. This, 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 and this also. So I don't even need this, so I make it into the construction. Alright, but I need the outer one, this one, but I need it in solid, so I convert it into the solid. Alright, so now we have a line here. I'll use trim, to remove extra lines. Oh, so these lines are now not fully constrained. Okay. So we'll see it later. We'll make it constrained later. So now I have to offset this line here, this line here, this line here, and this line here. Okay, so it's turned into pink. Alright, so now we'll give some dimensions to this line from this line, this line from this line. The dimensions are already given here, but I don't want these dimensions. I want this total dimension. So I'll delete these and this. Okay, I convert it to geometry. Okay. Now what I do is I make this to this and this to this. So my this rib is already made, but I need to make it symmetry. Also symmetry, I'll reduce this to 1.2. Okay. The same fashion, I'll delete this, delete this, I make this, this, and this to symmetry. Okay. And I give a dimension this to 1.2. Alright. So I need to check that my sketch is good or not. All lines are isolated, all sketches closed. Okay. So I turn this to solid and I use the trim. I trim it, trim it. Trim this also, I trim this also, this also, and this also. So now I believe my sketch is okay. One is open, so this is open from this side. Alright. So I need to trim it from here and here. So there is some issue with my sketch. So I will just extend these lines and again I will extend this here. Now I do the unit run. This time I hope this will work. Yes. So all the sketches are closed. We are good to go and we are out of the sketcher mode. So we have a sketch here. It's looking good, and define this block object, the body 4. and what I do is I'll select pad, sketch, this direction, and up to surface. Alright, so this surface. Okay, so this is a kind of thing we are looking for. Okay, so now I made a one boss only. So now what I do is in this body only I'll create four. Now let's see how it can be done. So you can see the symmetry command here. So what I do is I select the symmetry command, yes, and I look for the plane. Select this plane and I create another feature. Oh, it changes direction. Alright, so I'll delete it and I will mirror it here. So this time it will mirror, and then again define body, and then again do the mirror. Oops, I have selected the wrong plane. So this. Alright, so we have four bosses here, but in a separate body. So what I do is I'll define this body in a work object, and I will use a boolean command, that is add. Okay, now you can see this body 2 is a complete enclosure with four bosses. In next part I will show you that how these bosses will gonna work in a way that it will give support to your design, it will give support to your tool manufacturing also, and with another feature that will gonna fix this enclosure to another part. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye bye.